Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kurt H. I'm the Lazy Farmer. Let me turn this back down again. Oh my goodness, I gotta set everything back up again. I decided to go live and do a live stream on Run8, and I'm not even ready. Oh my goodness, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna do something here. I might drop out for just a moment. Give me a minute. All right, so that didn't take too long. I got to do something else as well too. I'm gonna jump back to the start screen. Bear with me here. Bum, bum, bum. All right, that's in place. Okay, good. So, yeah, I'm overlooking Barstow, and it's a snowy day here on this server. I'm on the Southwest Rail Simulation server. So, I'm going to put it in the description. If you are brand new to Run8, and I've been getting a lot of people actually sending me messages, hey, I'm brand new to Run8. Where do I start? Well, the only place you can start is going to be Barstow. And if you're going to start, I'm going to tell you right now, jump in and uh, don't be afraid of multiplayer. I mean, you're not going to break anything. I mean, heck, I mean, look at the. I mean, I jumped in and I'm trying to figure out why there's cars hanging in the air, but that's a. I don't think that's not a person issue. That's a server issue. Maybe there was rumor that there's a new helium car out. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna goof around here. I'm on, like I said, I'm on the Southwest Rail Simulation, so I'm looking at Barstow. Start here. For this one though, I'm gonna go up into my neck of the woods. It's usually where I go. I need to take a look and see what's going on the Met. Maybe find something to do up there. I gotta look at the new Google Sheets that Maps Game has been working on and redoing. He's done what I've looked at it. I actually downloaded a copy, and it looks fantastic. It really does. I like what the man is way smarter than I am when it comes to Google Sheets, which really isn't saying much, but I know enough to get myself in trouble. So Barstow's pretty clean. Looks like someone out here taking care of it. Let me go and I gotta get completely what is it? The corrupted train detected lead. I think that might just be these cars hanging out there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know if I can even click on them and delete them or um, we got one sitting. I mean, this was a massive derail, and these things just haven't come down. Alien intervention out here in Barstow. What is going on here? Yeah, that train's not available. I cannot click on it. So we'll try a different part of the map. This may clear up if I were to log out and log back in again. But anyway, so something's coming into Barstow. Awesome. So anyway, let's go ahead and I want to jump in and we're going to go Bakersfield, Fresno, Modesto, tab to get to the page I want. BNSF, that's what I want, and Empire is going to be right there, so it should just jump right to the Empire yard. Hey, look, trees. It's not snowing here. I was going to say snowy day in Barstow. That's very, very rare, but with the week that we've had, oh my goodness, the week that we had, there's like the snow level's really, really low. Um, I'm surprised. I mean, it's cold enough. Like last night, it got down into the 20s here down in the valley, which makes sense because, cold air sinks. So let's go ahead and go fly mode. I do need to, I seriously just need to get reacquainted with. It's been a minute since I've been on Run8, done a lot of it, and I'm not afraid to tell you that, yeah, I did get burned out. Um, I'm going to make this statement right here up front. It is still the best railroad or train simulator, legit train simulator out there. I don't think that there's anything better. I know some people like Train Sim World. I've had some people send me comments that they think that Run8 controls are too hard. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to lie. Run8 has a high learning curve. It took me a while. And so, sorry, I was taking a drink of water there. So anyway, let me take a peek at, and I'm doing this on the fly. I had to rebuild. Well, I mean, a lot of people know that have stayed in contact with me on Discord. A lot of people know that I was in the middle of a computer build. Things were going haywire. I couldn't even do Flight Sim. I couldn't even do Run8. And Run8's not that resource heavy. I couldn't even do Run8 at all. I mean, as far as live streams, um, even recordings, it just wasn't happening. And so I think that was all part of the burnout piece. Was literally it was just okay, frustration that I couldn't do the things that I would like to do. And then, of course, right in the middle of all that, life gets in the way. Um, we had a good user that was getting to know, and all of a sudden he disappeared. And I know he was, he works for CSX. So, and he was helping me with train flow over on the Southeast server. And then he disappeared. Then I finally got a message from him. His computer died. Okay, I'm sorry to hear that. Welcome back. I'm glad. And I, in my part of my frustration is I started to build a new computer. And if you have not been paying attention to the computer market, it has just gone crazy. All right. 64 gigabytes of DDR5 memory over a year and a half ago cost about $60. And today, I mean, today, well, actually, the last time I looked it up, anywhere between $600 to $1,500. That's crazy. There's no way I'm going to pay $600. Certainly not going to pay $1,500, but I'm not going to pay $600 for something that used to cost 60, all because everybody's jumping on the AI bandwagon, building these AI data centers. And honestly, as a society, I don't think we're ready. I don't think we are ready. This is comes under the heading of just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you should. All right, I'm just looking around here. This is Modesto, the Empire, Modesto and Empire Traction Company that runs around up here. I'm just taking a look. Let's see. I gotta get my rail driver going again too. Bum, bum, bum. That's train. Where is? Man, you see, I've been out of this for like so long. The rail driver works. There it is, car tags. It just became what used to be like muscle memory is not muscle memory anymore. Okay, so we got EGW, Ernest and Julio, Ernest Gallo Wines. It's Ernest and Julio, EJ, but EGW is Ernest Wines, which is all the way up here. This is Ernest and Julio Gallo Wines. They're huge. They not only do they make wine, they're probably I think they're the largest wine producer in the world. And it's good wine. It really is. And then they branched out, and now they also do tequila. They bought I guess you call it distillery down in Mexico, and this over here is part of them. This would be their tequila bottling facility. They had contracted with a company down in the Fresno area, Fresno, California area, to make the bottles. And then they started getting bottles that were not up to their standards. So they ended up buying the plant, shutting it down, and moving everything up here. So that's why we get boxcars. So it brings in wine bottles that are to the standards of Ernest and Julio Gallo wine. and I think they got box wine, and then there's some other things that they're into as well too. So pretty much, if it's something you can drink and get drunk off of, E and J Gallo, they're a part of it. So, all right, what do we got? We got cars that are ready to go out, which someone left those tied down right in the foul. I know that's a no-no. So it looks like we might be bringing some cars up here. We got cars with no tags. Hmm. Usually that means that that car, there's something in the configuration that is tagging that car. Either that car came here with a no tag, or let's see, boxcar box. Oh, it's because that is not a boxcar. That is grain. That does. This is probably, without looking at the configuration, that's probably something that came in, needed to be worked here, but it's the wrong outgoing car. The outgoing car should have been a boxcar, and if in the programming, if there's no destination for the car, then it gets a no tag. So I can basically I can give it a tag and we'll just send it. We can get, at least that way we can get it off the map. But this is somebody that is not paying attention. Usually that's what it comes down to. You're like myself or somebody else not paying attention and moving cars into the location where they're supposed to go and go, oh, this is not a box car. So, and it's part of playing on a server. I mean, it happens. People make mistakes. Okay, we just educate and move on. So, all right, let me go and take a look at the sheets here. So I'm going to tab out real quick. And I got to pull up the Google Sheets for the SRS. Um, where are we? There we go, SRS registry. So if you join the SRS, you do have to go to their website, and it's in some of the previous videos. This video doesn't have the description. I will put the description in the video. Click the link, go to their website, and you will register. One of the admins will approve you, and once you're approved, you'll see the connection status for the Southwest Rail Simulation server, and then you can go ahead and join on. But before you do that, you can just join. Don't start moving cars. Don't jump into a locomotive and start driving it. Take time and look through the Google Sheets. Okay. One thing I want to tell you: the Maps game is always on. Although he's on right now, he's showing that he's in the server, but I messaged him and he didn't respond. So, but you can also send him a response through their website because it is a bulletin board system, so you can send him, post a question there. Usually, he'll be, if he's around, he'll be in the SRS Discord or in my Discord. More often than not, the SRS Discord. You can find him and, hey, ask a question there. And then I would actually join the Discords. I would join my Discord and join the SRS Discord as well too. It is a good and fun community. So very respectful community. So all right, I'm going through. I'm looking at, here's the Met. Okay, what do we got? I'm looking to see McClure Yard, Empire Yard. I'm looking for work that needs to be done. I'm looking. Work. Open. Okay, I want to see. I think this is add to MET0204 switchers, work industries, return pickups to Riverside Yard. Let's go take a look. Boom. I want. Oops. Go a little bit faster here. Did I just blow over it? I did. Alright, what do we got? ME0204, there it is. And we got a whole bunch of stuff for E and J right here. So it looks like somebody's already sorted this. E and J, the Met. Okay, and then we have GWS. It's still the same thing as Gallo Wine and Spirits, which that typically is Gallo Wine and Spirits is going to be tequila. Give me a straw. All right, let's go ahead and let's go ahead. I want to do GWS. I need maps. I need the maps. So we can get our maps right off of the depot server. So the depot. I have a binder around here somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. But you do not, I mean, you don't have to register. The maps are available. So I didn't even join login, but you can go to the depotserver.com and under, they have it listed as Stockton, but it's not Stockton. It doesn't go to Stockton. It goes to as far as Modesto. Um, Something that did kind of, um, that's Riverbank. I don't want Riverbank. Modesto, here we go. Modesto Empire and Traction. That's what I'm looking for. Do they have it separated as the Met? Yes, they do. All right. Um, I'm trying to be political. Um, Gallo Wine and Spirits. An awful lot of Gallo Wine and Spirits cars, and then there's only enough for a pick. There needs to be a pick list. I'm gonna come back up here. Gallo Wine and Spirits. This is all right. So this would actually be that'd be Highway 99 back in the day, going into Modesto. This little yard right here is for Union Pacific. BNSF has the bigger yard. Here's Gallo Wine and Spirits. Um, I think it's this one. That's JSW. Hang on a second. Yeah, it is JSW. No, GSW. See, here's the thing. This is, okay, so this is somebody not paying attention. This car, if you guys can see that right there, is labeled for JSW. It doesn't belong here. This is GWS. This car will not turn. So by putting it in the wrong spot, it's going to look, the game or the simulator is looking for GWS. Anywhere in the tag on the car, it's looking for GWS. And if it's not there, this car is not going to do anything. So I'll grab a locomotive. I can get two cars in here, but I can also we have a small little yard here. So what I'm going to do is I will come up and this basically it will go, it typically would go straight because if we leave the switches lined the way they are, they would go straight. I would come up. I'm going to bring those, extra cars up and put them on this one here, and then I will peel off the GWS, pull it out, put it on this one. So I'm going to go work. That's what I'm going to do. Let's go get a locomotive and connect to those cars. Actually, why am I going so slow? Jade, I don't want that one. Here we go. Okay. So I'm going to go grab, let me get on the ground, F12, there we go. I'm on behind a fence. I'm going to set that as the lead unit. And we're just going to do start all locomotives, auto MUDP, circuit breakers, auto brakes, we're set. All right, give me a minute here. I gotta move my keyboard and put the rail driver in front of me. So, which means I gotta lift something up and move things around because I got way too many controllers on my desk between the Airbus controller for flight sim and the EFIS and all that stuff, which is going to get worse. I'm literally building my cockpit. Somebody was making fun of me the other day, a while back, not the other day, but a while back, that, hey, you can build your cockpit now. Well, yeah, I'm going to. And between Rosefire and Windwing, I will have um, my Airbus cockpit. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Like I said, I used to know this stuff. This was like all, oh my goodness. Ground view is there. Engineer view is there. Oh, attach point is what I'm looking for. Ah, maps is on. Hey, let's go here. All right, let's release the brake. And I want in train sim. Is that what I want? Let's see. Nope. That's the one I want. We are in forward. Oh, he's on Discord. All right, let's go ahead and I gotta jump tab. Let's go over here and I hit brakes. I gotta make some changes over here. Actually, I gotta pull that down to here, pull that down to here, lock those. Okay. And we're going to fire up Discord. And this is where things got sideways in the past. It was like I'd have too many things opened up. I can get rid of Lord of the Rings Online, page, VATSIM, SimBrief, YouTube I got to leave up, registry I'm up. Okay. Actually, speaking of registry, I need to go in and fix that. TLF. And now I got to look for that. On duty, track. We'll just do, I'm going to do, it doesn't really matter. Oh, actually it does matter. I need to look at, where is it? I am doing, I think I'm doing this one. Let's see, hang on. I gotta look at some maps here. Let's go back to, and Run8 community. Yeah. I want the map up. I need Empire Traction, Riverside Yard. Oh, it is R8. Okay, it is R8. I was thinking it was R8, wasn't sure, but it's R8. There we go. Um, um, okay, let's see how that did in the registry. Oh, there it is. Okay, moving tanks to DGW, and it's okay. Good. I'm on duty. Okay, so that worked. I did it right. Let me get into Discord. Boom, boom, boom. Here he is, right here. Oh, where are you? There you are. Oh, oh. Hello? I don't think he. I think I think my system mutes him. I'm gonna drop him to a different channel. See if that unmutes him. Hold on. Actually, boom. I don't want to give him that. He should be able to do it. I want to go down to Run8. We have a Run8 channel in my Discord. Um, actually, you know what? No, I'm on Southwest Rails. I'm going to go to Southwest Rails Discord, and I'm going to use their voice channel. And we are in. They don't have one for the Met, so I will use Fresno. Okay, and let me send him a message in here. Oh, he's here. What's up, Maps?
Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, I can barely hear you. Hang on. Oh, I got your volume turned way down. Let me bring that back up. All right, say something for me, buddy.
Hey,
Oh, that's
it's
much
been a
better.
while.
It has been a while. It's been a minute, and I'm up here in the Met, and I've found two mistakes already up here. So somebody's trying.
Well, that would be me.
Oh, um, yeah, they're trying, but I've got like one car that doesn't belong at GWS. It belongs at JSW, so that's an understandable. Um, and then there was a in an area that takes box cars. There's a grain car sitting there, and it's got a no tag now. Let me check Discord, make sure that you are coming across on Discord. Say something
Yeah,
for me on Discord.
I'm
Yeah.
on Discord now
Okay.
on the Fresno channel.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about from my live stream. Oh crap. Brakes. All right. Yeah, no, I was talking about oh, what do you call it? In OBS to make sure that you're coming across because somebody yes, Mike, I'm on Run8. Live streaming Run8. He just chatted up. So, yeah, no, someone that sent me a message in my YouTube channel is that people on Discord were a little bit on the soft side. So I just want to make sure. I think you're about the same as me, so we should be good. All right. All right, let's see. I want get on the ground. All right, and what I want to do is I want to come this way. We're going to go this way. Yep. Okay, we're going to flip those. Okay, good. And we're going to go back in, and I want to grab the tank cars and take them up to the. Oh, that was right. What was I thinking? No, that wasn't. Wait a minute. Yeah, that was right. Oh my goodness. Some people's kids, I'm telling you.
And you were in Riverside Yard.
I'm in the Riverside yard. No, see now, actually, wait a minute. No, it isn't some people's kids. Well, it is some people's kids because there we go. All right. So an interesting thing, I popped into the server, and down in Barstow, I don't know if you see it, if it's a server thing or if it's just on my end. There's a car sitting in the middle of the ground, and there's two hanging up in midair, and then there's one sitting on a railroad track. So I don't know on one of the tracks that are going on up to heading this way up to be going to Fresno. But anyway, I was like looking at that, so I don't know if it's on my side, server side. If you see it, it's server side. So
I experienced that about a week ago,
I
and I logged out, logged, quit the game, got back in, and it disappeared. I sent an email to the server owner and said, "Hey, don't you see this? It's like floating 300 feet in the air above the trim yard."
yeah, so I'm not sure. That might be server. It might just need to be a server restart. Um, But anyway, it's minor. I'm not in Barstow, so I figured they were just the new helium cars that they came out with.
Yeah, they save a lot of fuel efficiency that way, lighter than air cars.
Yeah, really, yeah. Well, if they go the way they want to go, they want independent cars now. They don't even want locomotives. They want self-moving cars that don't take anybody. You just tell them go here and they go. Um, I can't think of a bigger mistake. Well, I can. All right, we are going to go. I want to make sure, get rid of my newbiness. All right, we're going to back into these. I'm going to grab these tanks. I'm going to put them up there in the tank yard. And then I got to pull that. Oh, it's close. I mean, JSW or whatever it is, it's up in that area. You know what? I don't, yeah, I haven't even looked at that. So, but I don't know, Mike, if you have actually seen the videos I've been posting on Satisfactory. Yeah. See, I'm not. I'm completely noobish. I'm making mistakes on Run8. This is what I get for not being around. But okay, so continuing to the computer woes. Um, okay, and it got to the point where even just flying in Microsoft Flight Sim non-existent. I mean, it was rough. If I opened any other programs, which I have to have SimBrief open, um, any other programs, it was very, very sketchy. Trying to live stream Run8, and you know as well as I do, maps, Run8 has like no, um, uses next to nothing in the way of resources.
Yeah.
Even live streaming, it was just very rough. And there's a bit of a choppiness to Run8. That's always been there. But um, what's happened is, and I'm going to talk about the woes that I've been having. Um, it turned out that some of that was relieved when I discovered that, against my wishes, Microsoft in one of their updates decided to install Copilot, their AI software. And AI is extremely intensive. It's a resource hog. And they hit it. I mean, usually you would think there would be something in the taskbar or something, and I don't remember exactly what it was that made me go looking for something else. And I came across, I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? And here I see Copilot is installed on my system. Well, at the time, I'm like, I don't want that on my system. I don't want Copilot. So I went to go and install it. I went to the apps and everything. It wasn't even listed in the apps. So I could not uninstall it. The best I could do would be to, yeah, looks like there was a server restart. These are not connected. Um, the best I could do would be to just shut it down. And that, when I did that, it seemed to fix a lot of issues. All right, so, but my frustration at the whole computer build and everything just sort of like, it left a bad taste in my mouth. And I'm like, I'm going to take a break. And I posted a couple things for, like for flight sim, and I got into learning how to fly an Airbus, and that was fun, and it still is. And then just recently, I mean, beginning of this week, recently, um, I was supposed to be playing video games with my daughter because I'm off all this week. She's on baby bonding because she had her baby.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. So, yep, I'm a grandfather now. And
You old fart, you.
what's that? Yeah, I know.
I said,
One of the teachers at work goes, you know what that means? It means that you're older than dirt now. Oh, thanks a lot. But so it's a baby boy, so I'm happy. She's happy. Everybody's doing well. But I was supposed to play games with her, and I started the game. And once again, I will go play. We play Lord of the Rings online, which is like Run8. It's an older game. It's going to be 18 years old this year, and they keep updating it. They've just given it uh, 4K monitors, so it supports 4K monitors now. It's fully 64-bit. They're constantly improving this game, and it has a huge community worldwide. So, and that's the game that me and my daughter, we get together and we chit chat. And how about if I release the handbrakes too? So we have some fun. Well, I launch the game, and the only thing up when I play that game is I have the game up, I have Discord up, and I have their website up, their wiki up. So if we come across something, I can look it up on the wiki. Well, all of a sudden my whole system just froze. Then my screen went blank. Call my daughter, hey, Microsoft, and I have it turned off. I told Microsoft, do not update my computer. I will update it when I want to update it, not when you update it. Well, Microsoft, in their infinite wisdom, goes, okay, we understand. We'll let you update it, but this update's very important, so we're going to go ahead and do it against my wishes. So I called my daughter and said, hey, I'm going through an update. I will let you know when I'm back. 1 hour goes by, still black screen. 2 hours go by, still black screen. And I'm like, okay, something's wrong. And then I did the cardinal sin when you're going through those updates. After 2 hours, and sometimes those Windows updates can take a long time, but 2 hours is an exceptionally long time. I shut my
yeah, for
computer.
sure.
Yeah, I shut my computer down and restarted it, and I was met with a message that my BIOS has been reset.
Oh,
Okay, wait a minute. My BIOS is reset. Someone left that switch not lined. So this is the main line for the MET, and that switch was not set back for a mainline operation, which is exceptional because I'm going this way anyway. Oh, I
oh,
saw.
I just switched it for you.
Oh no,
My
well, that's
bad.
okay. I'm going this way. I'm going the right way. So it was switched for me, but it should not have been. So anyway, um, so yeah, my BIOS is reset. Well, now here's the problem. When they reset the BIOS, Windows 11, and I can't remember what it stands for, but they're looking for a chip for their TPM 2.0. TPM is like Trusted Protection something or other, or Trusted Program Module. I don't know. It's basically supposed to be security, a security chip, and I have that on my board. But when this update or whatever it was, it reverted my BIOS back to the original BIOS that was on my board that didn't support that chip. And okay, I wasn't aware of that. Go to start. Great. It looks like it's going to start. You cannot run Windows on this computer. I met with that message. Wait a minute. I've been running Windows 11 on this computer. What do you mean I can't run Windows 11 on this computer? So I start fighting, and I'm like, okay. My first step on those things is I drill down. I go, let's go make sure the BIOS is set. And I go in and I look at the date for the BIOS, and I'm like, this is not the right date. And I knew when I last updated the BIOS, this is not the right date. So now I go. Unfortunately, I have a couple of other computers. I go to their computer. I go to the motherboard manufacturer, and I'm like, oh, this might be a good thing because there's a new BIOS update out that I was not aware of. If it's not broke, you don't fix it. So download that, and then in order to get it onto my motherboard, I had to roll my system back to Windows 10. That was a fight. So got System 10, got the BIOS updated, then went back to 11. Well, basically now I'm looking at like a brand new computer. Fortunately, in terms of Run8, I have everything backed up onto an external hard drive. So by that I mean that every time I bought a DLC, I downloaded it and put it into a folder. So if it was a car pack, it goes into my car pack folder. If it's a locomotive pack, it went into the locomotive pack. If it's a DLC for a map, that goes into a map folder. And then once everything's all installed and updated and Run8's working fine, the way Run8 is built, all you have to do is click on the parent folder for Run8 and you can copy all that over to your external hard drive. So now that means that everything that was how Run8 was set up for me is copied in all one big file, and when I have to go put it back on again, it's just a drag and drop onto whatever drive I want it on, and there it is. So piece of cake. For that, Run8, yeah, it's old school, but thank you for building it that way.
Well, hey, I want to tell you that was really good advice. I saw that in an earlier video that you created when I was a noob, and I set my system up that way to back up all of the downloads in Run8. And so thank you for that.
You're welcome. So, and for anybody else, and now the thing is, I know I've talked to some other people like Briscoe. He's back because he had a computer issue. His died completely, and I think he lost all his files. But however they're structured on their side, he sent them an email and they sent him a download code, and he was able to get everything back. So,
Nice.
which when I put that video out, that was not in place. So that's an improvement um, on their end. I still think, hey, if you really and I get why maybe I get why they don't want to put it out on Steam because they don't want it to get too big. Because these guys, this isn't their this these developers, this isn't their main job. These guys are working on the railroad. That's their main job. This is a side gig for them, and they've come out with the best train simulator out there. What's up, Albino? I do remember you. Um, so anyway, put that back on again, and the big change that I've seen now is, yeah, once I put Windows 11 back on my system, there's Copilot. No, I don't want Copilot. And I knew Copilot was on because I was going through removing some other programs from Windows 11 to try to de-bloat some of the stuff off of there, and I see Copilot. I'm like, oh, right click on it. Oh, I can uninstall Copilot now. So Copilot's off my system. It's no longer just shutting it down. I get it off my system. I've been flying on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I haven't gone to 2024 yet. I just don't trust it. Um, but I've been flying on 2020, and there's been no um, no stuttering whatsoever, no pausing coming in on the final. And the other day I ended up I was even I couldn't even use Beyond ATC. I can use Beyond ATC now, and flew in from San Francisco to Santa Barbara, and I was supposed to come in on the runway that had ILS. No, they turned me to a different runway that didn't have ILS, didn't have RNAV, so I had to land the plane by hand, and I'm not good at that. But the big piece about that is there was no stuttering. So no stuttering, no freezes. It was smooth. It's been smooth as silk. Um, Mike and I have been playing Satisfactory. I have a server going. I don't know if I'm going to keep it up. This is the second month that I've had that server up and running. If anything, I might just say, hey, I'm going to play Satisfactory and just turn my computer on, kind of like I do with the servers. Just put it be. Oh, I need to bring this to a stop. That is, I think, actually, I think I want to go that way. Do I? Yeah, I think I do want to go straight. Never mind. I do want to go straight. It curves around. I'm looking at on my screen, GWS is right there, and I'm thinking oh, it's got to go that way. No, that's into the Ernest and Julio Gallo plant itself. I need to go around the corner to where they make tequila. You have a headache as usual? Yeah, my weeks other than the early part of my week. So anyway, that was my Monday and Tuesday fight with I've been off all week. My Monday Tuesday fight with Windows, and the upshot is things seem to be running better. So I don't know if it was like having to nuke Windows 11 and start all over again. And I was going to stay on Windows 10, then I decided, since they're not doing security updates on Windows 10 anymore, I'm going to go to Windows 11. So I went back to it. Or if it was the more modern C BIOS update, and I'm thinking I'm leaning toward that. But yeah, Mike and I have been playing Satisfactory. We played a little bit of some Lord of the Rings online, and then it looks like I surprised him. I'm actually live streaming Run8. I did say I was going to do Run8 though. All right. I do need to start considering slowing down because I need to pull into the yard here and drop these cars. As you say, cats, albino, there's one walking right past my window right now. And like last night, I had my window closed because we were down in the 20s last night. I know, Mike, you don't know what that's like. Um, but yeah, we were down to the 20s. I mean, this the snow level, the amount of rain we got this week was just phenomenal. They were worried about the snowpack and the melt for the runoff. I think I want the next one. All right. That was a good, easy start. Now this is going to put me on the ground view, and it's going to put me down underneath. So rumor has it, and it's just a rumor. Rumor has it that there might be a new Run8 coming.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, they haven't put, and that's been another gripe of mine. There's no communication, at least not in the areas that I go around. Um, but there's no communication as far as, hey, guys, I know you haven't seen a DLC. I mean, thank you to Spur for putting out that car pack, but we don't have any new car packs coming out. We know we've made some promises for AGS Phase 2. Modesto to Stockton was supposed to be coming. Um, hold on. We're working on something. We can't say what it is, but we're working on something. Please be patient. Something along those lines. Let the community know what they've got going on. No, nothing. And at least like this, like that, and I equate it to the Lord of the Rings. That Lord of the Rings, an 18-year-old game, they tell their community, what is up, what's coming. This is what our plan is. You know what? I'm doing well. How are you doing? I'm actually doing pretty good, actually. Medically, I mean, I have type 2 diabetes, and I'm controlling my diabetes so well. Instead of having to go in and see my doctor every 3 months, he backed it off to every 6 months. He's like, "You're doing what you need to do to control you're diabetic," and I'm like, "Okay, thank you, doc." All right, so my plan is I'm going to pull these cars up to just about the end of the yard. I'm going to go in and get that tank car that does not belong at GWS, and I will unfortunately use it as a buffer car, but I'm going to pull it and out, grab two cars of what I'm bringing in to put in there, and then go find the GWS plant and go put that car in the GWS plant. That's my plan. I think I need to make that logo down there in the lower left hand corner just a tad bit bigger. Mike, what are you doing today? I think I put three cars in. I know somebody else that had type 2 diabetes, and it's a lifestyle change when you I mean, okay, so I don't think that there's any such thing as pre-diabetic, but I was told that I was pre-diabetic. And so I'm like, okay, that was kind of a wake up call. You're on NorCal? All right. Um, how's that looking over there? All right, let's bring this train to a stop. We're going to leave. I'm going to go to the end of the train, and I'm going to set this handbrake here. We'll come in and set this one, and we'll set three. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to come in. I need to. Oh, gee, no wonder my brakes were still closed. I forgot to open. That's a noob move. I forgot to air my cars up. So all my braking's been done with these locomotives. But anyway, on the diabetes, yeah, it's a lifestyle change. Um, I did. I started exercising more, started eating right, less carbs, more protein, started losing weight, did everything I was supposed to be doing. Went back to the doctor, got tested again. Hey, good news, you're no longer pre-diabetic. And then 2 weeks later, I got sicker than a dog. I mean, I was down for like 2.5 weeks and found out later it was COVID before COVID was cool. This would have been December of 2019, and COVID officially wasn't in this country until thanks um, until March of 2020. Well, I got news; it was here before that. Oh, I already lined that up. All right, let me get to my touch point. Here we go. Cool. All right, Sparks is looking good. Roseville. So, maps. Here's my project that I've given myself. Um, because of everything with Microsoft, and Microsoft is not in the business of making operating systems anymore. They're in the business of stealing your data, mining your information, and selling it. So, and with Copilot and everything else going on, I'm like, I'm gonna try Linux. So I grabbed a copy of Linux Mint Cinnamon and put that on another computer, and I was able to get Lord of the Rings Online to run under it. And a couple of other utility programs that are only made for Windows, I got them to run under Linux. So my next project then is I want to see if I can get Run8 to run under Linux. And if I can get Run8 to run under Linux, my Run8 servers are going to be changed over to Linux. And
Well, nothing like taking on an easy task.
yeah, and it's uh, Google. I know you do phenomenal work with Google Sheets. Um, Google actually, you can do that with LibreOffice actually too, and LibreOffice um, is native to Linux. All right, take the break off. All right, we're gonna go ahead. And this time I am gonna turn the air on. Go partial. So in fact, when you install Linux Mint, it asks you if you want LibreOffice. If you've never used LibreOffice, it is an excellent alternative to Microsoft Office. Um, and because a lot of stuff like that, when you do anything in like a spreadsheet or anything like that, there's a lot of behind the scenes coding that you don't see that is added to it. All right, let me get on. So LibreOffice doesn't do that. LibreOffice is, if you've ever used OpenOffice, it's built off of OpenOffice. I've used that too, but LibreOffice has kind of a little better look and feel to it than OpenOffice does.
I'm not familiar with those at all.
Give LibreOffice. I mean, because I mean, what did Microsoft do with their Office suite? Is oh, you have to subscribe to it now. Pay a monthly fee, pay a yearly fee. Where LibreOffice is, it's a free download, it's open source, and it works great, and it's constantly being updated. New features, security updates, all that stuff. So, let me know when I'm clear.
One car.
One car. A little bit of street running right here. I like it.
Okay. You're clear.
Clear.
Switch is set.
What's that? I'm going to go get into. I'm in the cab now. I'm not going to be riding. You're the conductor.
Yeah, I can't hang out too long. I got a
Oh,
meeting I got to get to, but
gotcha.
wow.
Wow.
These all say GSW.
Yeah. Now GSW is where I'm going. The one that I pulled out goes to JWS.
Oh,
So yeah, that one didn't belong in there. So and that's what I was explaining on my stream earlier. For people that watch it that are new to Run8, by putting the wrong card there, it's not going to turn. And in the other one that I found, which was a grain car, um, it is tagged for JSW, but it's a grain car and it's on tracks that are supposed to be for um, box cars. It will, when it comes time to turn, oh, whoops, I need to go. I wanted to back into the tankers here.
my bad.
Yeah, no, I was going to back into the tankers, grab three of them, put three tankers in there where in GSW spot, and then take this one for J, whatever it is. It's I can't see it from here. Oh,
JCW.
JSW. Yeah,
Yes.
JSW need. I'm going to take it over and put it in its correct spot.
Okay, I
So,
gotcha.
yeah.
Try that again.
Yeah, so that one car has no tag on it now, and that's because it was left on a track that's for boxcars. And if that track's not programmed by the server owner to handle boxcars and grain cars, or hoppers in this case, then the hopper car is going to get a no tag. And that's what's happened. All right, let me know when I'm clear.
Okay. One car.
One car,
Okay. Clear.
clear.
Yeah, I got you switched lined up for the cut.
All right, am I ready to am I clear to come back?
Yeah, you're clear. You don't want that box car, do you? That goes somewhere else.
Is there a boxcar on that one?
Right behind the tanker. I think it's behind the tanker.
I thought they were all tankers that I grabbed.
There's, well, I don't have all the DLs.
Oh, I do. The only one I don't have is a new one that Spur put out. So these are all tanks. If it's a boxcar that says Run8, it's yeah, I think you can click on
It's a
it
tank.
and read the description, and it'll tell you that it's a. Oh wait, where am I going now? Oh, I'm going back in the sighting. I don't want this. I don't want
Oh
that.
man. Okay, so you better write me up, and I better be fired.
Yeah, and we're gonna. Well, there's a reason you got to go to a meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have a long discussion. uh,
Okay, this time for real.
all right.
Hey, hydration.
All right. Cool.
Uh,
Or do I need to pull
yeah,
forward more? I stopped on my
I
own.
think you. Yeah, no, I think you need to go. We need to get over to that other track,
Need to go on to
right?
the track that has the tank, that string that I brought up, or the cut.
Right.
I'm sorry, the cut. Briscoe yelled at me for calling it a string. Okay, here's the question. If anybody can answer this, when is Century Steam going to come out? I don't know what they're waiting for. It looks. I mean, they have the
Clear.
tracks down. Is that good?
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay. They have the tracks down. They've got the engines modeled. All right, and they've been like working. I know they've been working on some of the industries, but for my God, it's been 2 years since I started following that process, and it's like at some point, you know, let us know. I mean, let us know when you're going to come out. I can't wait for that one because some of the things. I don't know if you're watching the videos from them. It's going to be Railroader, but on steroids. Am I clear to come back?
Clear to clear to reverse. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Point on the
You
meeting
should be lined up.
communication. Looks like we might be. I'm banging up here. It sounds like I just crashed into something.
Good to me. Two cars,
Two cars.
one car.
One car. That would be it.
You're good. You're good. Sorry,
Your
I should
train
have.
has been respawned. Oh, it's acting like
What?
it acts like it hit too hard. I was under 3 miles an hour. In fact, I was down to like almost 2 miles an hour.
Coupling event. What? That's crazy.
PTP coupling event. You see that, right?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do.
All right.
And the
So JSW,
train's still there.
yeah. So JSW is going to come with me. I'm going to lace that up,
And then
and
you
then
got two tankers and then one more tanker.
actually this one I got. Wait a minute. Hold on. Something's not right because this didn't have a JSW on the front. It had, and it's ACFX. Did it? That one's.
I see two JSWs
Yeah, this one
and
didn't have a JSW. I'll take it to JSW, but then I can get these shorter ones are perfect. I can get three of those. So I will brake on this black, right between the two black cars here. Close that,
the
open that. Hang on. You know what I want to do before I pull it because we had that event. I'm actually going to do a save, a train save. Um, underscore. I'll do GSW just in case. Okay. Maybe I just missed it. I didn't realize. I thought I didn't think that this had a JSW on the front. Three cars full of tequila. You got limes? You know what? Since I reloaded, I think it's just the basic one that comes with it, albino. Yeah, horn. A lot of the different little add-ons and stuff. I just never really got into that. Um, if anything, the enhancements that I'd want to do would be graffiti enhancements, but like horn in different horn packs and stuff. It's whatever comes with Run8. I'm vanilla.
three cars,
Three cars.
one car.
One car. Oh, hello. Oh wait, was I supposed to be in the cab? No words, nothing from maps on that one.
Well,
All right.
it's like that's why we have those controllers that would hang around our chest. We can actually control the train from just standing out there being the brakeman.
That's what the Met does. It's all their locomotives are radio controlled.
Okay, you're clear to reverse.
Clear to reverse. Oof.
Okay, looks like 4 cars.
4 cars. They must have upped. I don't remember all these sounds being as
2 cars.
2 cars.
1 car.
1 car.
Half a car.
Half.
That's good. That'll do it. Yeah, just set the brakes on the cars.
Copy.
You're going to need to shove back
Okay.
just a little so I can open the coupler.
Copy.
There we go.
All right.
Clear to forward.
Go for it. All right. Those 2 cars go to JSW. Should be right around the corner. And I'm not sure if they can take both. If they can take both, great. Um, if
Yeah,
not,
JSW sitting empty now.
okay. I was gonna say if not, then I'll just put one in JSW and I'll put one in the UP yard there. Air horn, yeah, it's an air horn. Yeah, you're right. KO's watching. How you doing, KO? What kind of horn? It's me hanging my head out the window going toot toot. And of course, if you ever watch my streams, I rarely use the horn. What? Well, I can't complain. I mean, somebody lined the switches up but yeah, I just went over. It's a spring-loaded switch. That's what it is.
was trying to set those switches for you. That's all right.
I
Just
wonder
keep
if a
going
train
forward.
once got a speeding ticket on that stretch of public road. You know, actually, um, so there's a guy I know that works for the Met, and you're not. It's they were blocking a road because they were working one of the industries, and a lady called a Karen. We'll just call her what it is. She's a Karen. Uh, Called because she couldn't get to work. Called the police. The police showed up, and the officer tried to give the train crew a ticket for blocking a stretch of road. So it happens in Modesto. You know, I think I can probably get both these cars in there. Needless to say, they didn't accept a ticket.
Two cars.
Two cars. They didn't accept a ticket, and they. There's my horn. Oops.
Okay, clear to reverse.
Clear to reverse. And all right, coming back.
Coming back.
I mean, after all, it is California. What's up, Vank? How you doing? Venkman's on. It's been a while since I've actually streamed a Run8, so whoa, it's coming a little bit fast. Oh, you're right. I got one for you. This is up in Sacramento, Sacramento Railroad Museum. Oh, we're coming in. I gotta wait and
Park those on the platform.
all right,
One car.
one car.
Half car.
Half car.
Okay, that'll do it.
That'll do. So anyway, to tell the story, Sacramento, Old Town Sacramento, they have a really good railroad museum, and they do excursions. It was a 4th of July, and my buddy and I were on taking the excursion ride. The right of way has been there since the mid 1800s. The right of way was originally built for a train to service an Union Army base. Are we ready to pull forward, or do you need me to put back up?
I need you to back up so
Oh,
I can open the coupler.
all right, come on back.
Why isn't it? It is not letting me open the
I'm
coupler.
getting a message up here that the coupler's opened.
Okay.
So I'm going to pull forward and see if it releases.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the problem with multiplayer. It's a little bit of a glitch. And as I said, if the rumors are true that they're producing a version 4, then hopefully that's something that they remedy. But anyway, going back to the thing. So 4th of July, we're doing the excursion now. The right of way had, like I said, has been there since the mid 1800s. It used to service a Union Army base. Once the army base closed down, Civil War is over, blah blah blah. They extended the tracks out, and they used to service agricultural up in the Sacramento area. Today, it's primarily corn, rice, and tomatoes. Um, oh, and soybean. But back then, I don't know what they did. So anyway, this we were taking the excursion on this right away, and there was a guy that literally was on the side outside his fence because they built houses right along the right of way, telling us that we were trespassing on his property. And the train happened to stop right there because they had to throw a switch and wait for UP to go by. And so anyway, and we're in we're in an open air car, and we're yelling at him, going, "This is federal right of way. That your property line stopped at your fence. We're not trespassing." This guy was standing there yelling at everybody. I mean, it was a male Karen. So all right, I want to get on the ground here. I'm going to go swap directions here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which track you wanted to be on.
Um, I'm going to go back. I'm heading back to was it Riverbank or Riverside?
You want to pick up that cut that you left back at the
No, that's going to stay
DWS?
there. Those cars need to be worked.
No, but what about the rest of the train?
That's why I said these two cars here at JSW, that they're going to be worked at the JSW plant. All those other tankers are for the GSW plant that we just dropped the three cars at.
Oh, okay.
That's what that little yard right there is for. And it's all a little bit like a small little tiny overflow yard, not only for the tequila plant that they have there, but it's also for any other cars that if you need to clear out the riverbank, the Riverside yard and make room, you can bring up E&J cars and set them in that little tiny yard as well too.
12:35. Um, I want to go over a list with you.
All right. Well, sounds like you have got your meeting, so I'm going to take over double duties again.
Yeah, I've got to fly.
Yeah,
And
you're good.
nice to visit with you, Lazy,
Ah,
and
nice to
run
visit
some
with you.
stuff together.
Yeah.
See you again soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to try to get back into. Oops, I have a change here. Try to get back into my Saturday morning streams again, but I have to go through, set everything up. I still got to find, find my music that I had, my intro music, my outro music. Let's see, going good. Venkman was one of my Ghostbusters, especially from cartoon 80 series. My name is actually Bill. I also do Run8 and love it. Actually, working it out. Yeah. So if you like that, if you like Roseville, we do have a NorCal server. So we would love to see people on it. NorCal, what's up, Chillaxin? How you doing? So, but yeah, we'd like to see some people on there. NorCal is one of those ones. I mean, you run it over the mountains. You got road trains. If you can handle a road train, honestly, on NorCal, you can handle a road train here on the SoCal server. Maps has exited the session. All right, so I'm going to run these back to Riverside, and that's actually going to be bring me to an end for this particular stream because by the time I get down there, I'll be close to the 2 hour mark, and I try to keep my live streams just about 2 hours. Okay, so let's see. And the next set of cars. Oh, well, look, it's a spring-loaded switch. Thank goodness for those spring-loaded switches. Oh, that was right here. I do it. I mean, there's a little bit of difference on the NorCal side, Venkman. That yeah, I think I might have set it back. I have to go back up there. But I tried changing up the tags because I was actually playing around with NorCal. The beauty of Run8 is you can configure it to meet your needs. I know somebody right now that is actually going to start a Southeast server. Now, the current server as it stands is actually, can I use? Let's see if slow speed. Sometimes it works with these locomotives and sometimes it doesn't. Um, it's supposed to be mid 1990s ish tags. They're going through and changing everything to real world tags for today. So if you were to look up CSX tags down in the Waycross area, you would actually see those are the tags that they're using. So they're working on programming Run8 to be modern, and that's the beauty of Run8. You can do that. You can come up with your own. You can have, Vinkman's tags, Chilaxin's tags, whatever you guys want to do. I'm checking. Looks like that one switch up ahead, he did not realign. Let's see. This one is lined to go straight. This one is not. And for maps, that's what he was talking about. He goes, I'm bringing this cut of cars back. No, because this cut right here, this string, there's an EGW on the end. I didn't see the EG. There's a couple of EGWs, but you know what? We can grab those and then back them into EGW if we need to. But then the rest of them for GWS, we'll pull when these turn, we'll pull these out, put them on this track, and then grab the next string and put them in there, and then we'll take the ones that once these are done, bring them all back as one long cut of cars. So I did not want to go into EGW, but I guess I'm going to. And I think I have to go, when I looked at EGW earlier, I'm going to have to go in there anyway. I got to fix a car because somebody left a series of cars parked in the foul of a switch. So I wouldn't even be able to work these. But yeah, that's the beauty of Run8. You can make it your own tags and you can change your industries. You just have to make sure that you're consistent. I see this is where I'm like throttled up, but slow speed won't let me. Some locomotives it will, some it won't. That works.
Hey, it does work. Okay. Hold on. Let me try something. Let me try something different. Hold on
Oh,
one
oh,
second.
I hear somebody. Briscoe!
Yeah, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me try
See,
something
I
here.
mentioned the man's name and here he is showing up. Yeah, you're very muffled and
Hey.
very low in audio.
Uh, okay. I'll try something new.
So,
All right, you need it.
let me check. I'm going to check on this. I know he is at 100% on my end in Discord. The man, the myth, the legend. Oh, we're just going to, it's a spring load switch. We're going to go through it. But then we got to make sure our switches, I'm going to get off here. If not, I'll fall through the bridge. All right. Now we are going to go this way. And I definitely want to go in this way and grab these two for EGW. Uh oh, Briscoe went away somewhere.
No, I'm back.
Oh, your audio is extremely low and muffled. Yeah, you're muffled and like you may have to go into your Windows settings and turn up your mic boost. The muffled side of things, I'm not sure what that might be something that actually is with your mic. It sounds like you're talking through like a sponge, I guess, is what originally came to my mind. But yeah, I was talking about you earlier on the stream, man. It's like you had your computer woes. I'm having my computer woes. All right, connect that. Come up here. Close that one. EGW, GWS, okay. All right, I'll go open, full open. All right. Did I pull the pin? I did. I wonder if this is what, maybe I misunderstood what Maps is saying. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. I forgot. I set the handbrakes on these. You're not going to go anywhere when you got the handbrake set. So, in EGW, I need to look at the industries. Because if they just say EGW, then technically it's all one industry. You can put cars anywhere you want. But I believe, especially if you're using the depots tags, they separate them out. In fact, they made a fictitious company out of it. The depot kind of was like, why would you do that? That's not the real company that's there. And they've been here forever. I mean, even when I was a kid back in the 60s, they were here. So why would you change? This is what I hate right here. We're going to get across, and then I got to run across and come back up and flip those switches. So we'll go ahead and do a countdown actually. Oops, went to hit the wrong button. All right, and we're going to stop here. We're going to run back and we're clear of the road. And this is the part I hate. Poof, down and right back up again. When is get tag back from industry? And it's Wait, what? What? When is get tag back from industry and it's WC? That's West Colton, not West Chicago, correct? Yeah, Yeah, okay, good question. WC is going to be West Colton. So when you get a tag back, if it's a three-letter tag on the Southwest map, it's going to be BNSF. If it's a two-letter tag, it's going to be Union Pacific. So whenever you see WC, two-letter tag, it's Union Pacific, and then WC would mean West Colton. I think we're going to go that way. And we'll protect the cars by flipping that switch. And then, actually, if we're going to do this right, we're going to align these as straight through, and we are aligned for mainline operation. There we go. And I'm going to make sure that these are, I know the one, that one, and see there's one down here that's not aligned. Yep. And this one, check your switches. There we go. Okay, so if somebody's trying to work, they're going to go and go down the main line and not go into the yard or anything like that. We definitely want to make sure that anybody who comes behind us, that we're not going to be inconveniencing them. I just drew a blank too, because I was going to say even in BNSF, if you're sending cars to West Colton, I want to say there is WCN, but I'm drawing a blank. I'm actually up in the Met, Briscoe. I'm actually pulled a cut of tank cars out of the Riverside yard that, or for GSW, which is um, Gallo Spirits, is part of Ernest and Julio Gallo wine. So it's Gallo Spirits, and that basically they own a tequila distillery down in Mexico, and so these cars were full of tequila. Um, these ones that are going to EGW, that's Ernest and Julio Gallo Winery. So that goes into their winery, which is over in that area. You can see all the tags right there. Um, and so I'm going to drop this off, and then there's a car that was set out, and I guess it's turned, and it was given no tag, and that's because where it went, it's that um, those cars, those tracks only accept box cars, not grain, hopper cars. So, but as I'm looking over at the tags, everything just says EGW. So how do we know other than EGW needs to be fixed? So I'm getting a little bit of choppiness, dropping. I only drop like a point, less than 1%. So so interesting though. It's like I can do this with Microsoft Flight Sim. I can do this with other games, but Run8 every once in a while I start dropping frames, and I'm getting an encoder message. I think what I gotta do, I keep forgetting. I need to do like what Kung Fu Beer does. Is he gets in there and he'll fire up Run8 and everything else that he needs, and then he uses OBS to determine, okay, what's my output. I just need to get in the habit of doing that. Let's block this road here. Hey cops, you want to give me a ticket for blocking the road? Hey Karen, you want to yell at me for like making you late to work or late for going home? Because it's all about you. Yeah, I think we'll get this into EGW. I don't want to, at that point, I think I'm going to bring the stream to a stop. And I think I'm going to send a message to the server owner. Good guy, really good guy. He's receptive. But it's like, okay, EGW need to, based on the cars that are being delivered to the tracks that are in here, you might want to set up multiple industries. So you could have EGW box, EGW tank, EGW, you know, glass, because they do get box cars full of bottles. Well, they make their own bottles, so they get stuff. They make their own. So I mean, so you would have. I mean, they really do. Because if you look at this, I got EGW over here, over here, over here, over here. So how do I know I'm putting the car in the right spot? And for anybody who's thinking about doing a server, think about that as well too. I mean, if you want people coming to your server, and I want my cars going to a specific spot, you might end up, if you don't program the server correctly, you're going to end up with a mixture of cars on all these tracks, and it's not going to make sense if, based upon whatever industry you're trying to model, and they're going to call it good. They're going to drop the cars. Hey, I dropped cars at EGW. I got all these tracks that I could fill up with cars, and you might have a mixture of tank cars, box cars, hoppers, everything all mixed together on all the different tracks, and that's not how the industry would work. So that would be, I would recommend that he actually redoes this industry and turn them into actual boxcars. I could actually go into my files, take a look at how I have them set for this area, and say, hey, for this industry, here you go. I could even save this one, redo it, and send it back going, here, I fixed EGW for you. So are we not moving? No, we're not moving backwards. It helps if I use a little bit of throttle. And I think, where's that car at? What's the deal with the CAC? Like there should be an industry, but there is no spur track or industry track, and dots are right in the middle of the main line on. Okay, so that's a great question. When you go to set up an industry in Run8, you got to be really very careful. You could be looking at one set of tracks, and if you move your mouse a little bit, all of a sudden you're going to have dots. See, here's exactly what I was talking about. You got tank cars mixed in with box cars. This is where the tank cars would go. Why is there a box car there? And then I'm trying to find, where was it? There was whoa, let's stop. So anyway, what I will do, I can't do it because I'm on the server. I'll pull forward, wasn't paying attention. But I'll look down at the track that I want to look at, that I want to do, and I'll make sure that it's got dots. And what I want to do is I want to focus I want to focus right on that spot. And then I'm going to exit out, and I come back in and make sure that the dots are still there. If I happen to look around, say I want to make this an industry, okay, I'm going to put dots here. Well, first I won't do it from ground level. I will go into free fly mode and look down this way, and I'll look at it and make sure I have my dots here. And then where my mouse is, That's where my focus is. If I move, and you got these tracks over here, if I move to go look at something, the game doesn't know. It thinks you want to put dots here too, and it will. And so when you go click to save the industry, you'll have dots here and you'll have dots here, and maybe if there's tracks over here, you may have dots over there as well too. So the simple fix is you go to that industry and find where they are on the main line, and just, you can, delete them, get rid of them, and then go fix the industry as you want to do it. Yeah, no, it does, and they've made some mistakes like that too. So it's common. I mean, you're going to see it. I mean, whether it's on the southwest, southeast, it is a common thing to see. And they do the best they can, but they're imperfect like me, and they're going to make mistakes. So it's just like, oh, you know what? There's no industry here. I'm just going to. I mean, why would there be an industry on the main line? No, I'm going to get rid of it. So makes perfect sense. There's a car I was looking for. No, that's not the car I was looking for. That's a crossover. What am I talking about? So somewhere I could have swore in here. Maybe it was somewhere else. Whoa. Yeah, see, like right over here, might want to do like EGW hop for hopper cars go here. That would be for the grains, for the what? No, we wouldn't put grapes in silos like that. Um, or glass, if that's for the, well, they do make their own glass, so they're getting, I don't know, sand or something like that. But there's no way you're going to have tank cars and a box car mixed together like this. Or in here there's, you've got, um, you have a hopper car right there with, box cars. So this would be a perfect thing to take EGW, instead of having one big massive industry, you would split this up. EGW box on these two tracks, EGW hop on the other two tracks, EGW tank on where the tank cars go, and if you have other industries you want to put in, all part of EGW. And sometimes if you want to, you can get online, go look up, Urs and Julio Gallo wine and where they make it up here in Modesto, and get an idea of what it is they do and how they do it, where they do it, and base your decisions on that. Or this could become Venkman Industries, VEN, and then you got VEN hop, VEN tank, and so on. Whatever you want to do. I mean, it's your Run8. It's your model railroad. That's always been my position, is that it is your model railroad. Configure it as you see fit. When you go down into your basement and go play on your model railroad, what is it you want to do? What is it do you want to see? And then make Run8 operate that way. Okay, am I going to have a split track here? I just looked at a switch. Wasn't paying attention because I was monologuing. I think I'm good. Yeah, it looks like I'm good. Nope, I do have a split track. It's exactly what I thought. So we're going to create, to get out of this, I'm going to go ahead and close that switch. I'm going to go close that switch. So based on, well, actually I'm going to open that one up, and let's have this one go that straight that way. And I'm going to push these back. But in order to do that, close that, bleed, and we're going to bleed this one. All right. Main reservoir is up. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to push. Is it going to let me? I still have air applied on the train. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to do a cheat, but I'm still going to close that off. Bleed that one. Bleed that one. I was looking at the cylinders up here. Main reservoir here. We got everything's good, so we can get out of this. I mean, there's no way to do it. Save the train and just respawn it. Even on a server, you can do that. Yeah. You gonna move? Tell me you're gonna move. There it goes. Don't back off. Oh, it must be Briscoe. Yeah, looking at your chat there, just to make it clear, Bankman, I wasn't saying that you did. Yeah, like I said, it's something that's just, it's part. I mean, when you get it, you see it. Now, here's the thing. Um, when you get Run8, everything that's part of Run8, your routes and everything, right out of the box, is stuff that they put in place for testing. Consider that as for testing. Oh, my brakes were applied. That was working against myself. That's what happens when I monologue. So yeah, so Run8 out, out of the box, it's their testing. So you're going to see mistakes like that because when it's ready, here you go. So one thing, and I do kind of recommend it, if you're going to follow the depot's maps, and honestly, they've put some phenomenal work into those maps. Nobody else has even tried to put out their own maps. I considered it. Yeah, I gave up on it. I'm like, nah, you know what? This work's already been done. It's too daunting. So I give them all the props on that. They, they actually put out what they run on their servers. Here's the downside that, in my opinion, okay, unless you are a Depot Plus member and you're going to play on their servers, all right, and in this case of Modesto and what they did with EGW here, instead of making their operations center work with EGW, they made EGW, or they made the change so that EGW would work for their operations center. Um, I don't agree with that, and it's like, hey, leave. And when they came out with Fresno Modesto, they did a phenomenal job of getting the industries right, And then the depot comes along and changes the industries to meet their needs. Well, I shouldn't say I don't agree with that, but I'm not. Why would you do it? I mean, I live in this area. I guess that's why I'm biased on that. So, but if they've done it here, where else have they done it? So, and that just tells me at that point, you know what? That's why I go back to it's your model railroad. Okay, and if all you have is just Barstow, you can get used to Barstow and do your stuff. Or if you get NorCal and you're playing around up in NorCal, um, because that's where you live and that's what you know. You know Roseville, and go over the hill, and you're in Sparks, Nevada. Um, then that's you can do your research. What modern companies are in those areas right now? I will tell you, go through Truckee. What they modeled was back in the day, but because the yard in Truckee's gone now, they're God, man, this one breaks my heart because Truckee was a nice little town. It was kind of had that old West mountain town feel, and they tore out the Southern Pacific Yard up there and put in a very yuppified mall right there. So they do have a little bit of a service yard for MOW stuff right there. Of course, and they, obviously, especially like the weather we just had this week, there's going to be a lot of snow up there, so they're going to stage snow equipment up there as well too, to keep the main lines open. So it's, go back in the day, what's up there, and that's what I was trying to do with NorCal, and I was using NorCal to play around with and create my own industries. Um, I know that's just, I mean, you just make changes. As my bottom line is, if you find a mistake, fix it. If hey, I know that's not the right company, fix it. I don't like this industry that's right here. Um, I know it's a wood processing. Why does it say it's a meat packing plant? Well, that's because that's the only asset that they had at the time when they made the map. So, but it's okay. So fine, it says meat packing plant. You can still make it a wood processing plant if that's what you want to do. Go make furniture. It's an old converted meat packing plant turned into a furniture factory. Whatever you want to do. Run8's very, like I said, it is extremely flexible and extremely configurable. So, and there's mistakes, and the best thing you can do if you're brand new, I do recommend um, getting the files from the depot and use their configuration files. I'm going to shut down here, and where's my notepad? Okay, 878. And what's the other one? 816. All right, I'm gonna make my notes in the um, registry and the Google Sheets for the SRS, so somebody can come along behind me and make changes and fix things. So I'm right at the 2 hour mark. So this is going to be the end of it. See, what is really there at Auburn Auto Parts Place? Is that a real place? Um, I've gone through that area. I don't think it's an auto parts now. I drew a blank. You'd have to go in and do some research. Maybe back when, they're trying to model, like I said, the 1995, mid 1990s, we'll just say mid 1990s era, that at that time there may have been an auto parts dealer there. And now I think something like in my head when I looked into it a long, long, long time ago, it was like a camping supply store or something like that now. and the spur was still there, but they're not getting cars. So, but that's today, you know. And just because it's auto parts now, I'm like, you know what? I don't feel it as being an auto parts. Make it, Auburn All Mountain Supply House. So AAM, something like that. Turn it into, make it your own industry. So, but that's what I say. I mean, it's either you can be um, one. I mean, and I go in some ways I go back and forth on this. You can be very, very diligent in, okay, this is what industry's here, this is what industry's there, or you can. Some people I know when they make their model railroads, it's like, you know what, I feel like having a swimming pool manufacturing that they get, cars that bring in supplies so they can go build swimming pools off the top of my head. You know, whatever it is you want, and if it's a nondescript building, turn it into something that you want. If you see a complete influx of cars, say like you're getting, man, I'm getting a ton of box cars, I'm not getting anything else. Well, now there's a reason to make a new industry. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take off. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Briscoe, good to hear from you again. Let's get that microphone fixed. I can help you out. I'll meet you in Discord and we can try to work through it if you want. Vankman, have a good one. Mike, if you're still on NorCal, have fun up there. Albino, good to see you again. Anyway, it's good to be back again, guys. So good test run, not too bad. Few frames dropped, little choppy at the end, but not too bad. I think we can get through this. Anyway, I will catch you all later. And there's going to be no music for the ending. Unfortunately, I got to find my music files now. But I will catch you guys next week. Have a good one.